If you saw her real butt, even if you were into the big butt, you would not want that butt. But, I'm saying not butt. See, butt has multiple meanings. It can mean the arse. It can also mean, not mean much, but it's an interjection. It means perhaps although, or yet, or nonetheless, one of those thingies. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to add in, somehow I don't mind Courtney Stodden, but this one, I do mind. It's just a little too much. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Kardashians. There's Kendall Jenner with the Freemason, the checkerboard thing. What is wrong with people? Freemasonry is no different than Scientology, being a cop. The British cops have that symbol on their hats. That symbol shows up everywhere. I'm saying someone has to be a total moron and loser to be flashing Freemason signs and to be into that crap. That's all that is. It's a cult which promotes narcissism and corruption. It's not a conspiracy theory. You don't have to be Richie from Boston to think that the Freemasons are controlling everything. Okay, that signifies the end of these screenshots. There's a fake left Disinfo Shill channel that seems to have stolen my shtick. I used to have a news report. I'd run through the deck. I don't know if I called it a deck, but I would run through the thingies. That's what I'm doing right here. So right now I'm at the point where I went past what I have to provide today. This guy, I thought this guy was Nathan Stoltman, but it turned out that was a different guy. Right, that was the Young Bunch. It was one of those crime unit investigation shows. Law and Order, is that what it is? So there's Stoltman. He looks a little bit like Tom Brady back then. A lot of those Disinfo shows turned out to be failed actors. That's what that Convo Coach is. What's her face is a failed actress. She hides her last name for some reason. But they don't hide it that well. Some people like H.A. Goodman are able to hide everything. I'm begging real people out there to tell me what's his real name. Someone had to have gone to high school with him or something with him. That guy is demented and disgusting. He's on steroids. He's so gross. Who the hell is watching that guy? I'm not even watching him that much. I'll go in there to thumb him down and then to just see how his face continues to deteriorate from the drugs. There's Stoltman. That should be about it. And there's probably the best screenshot I have of Stoltman. It's from that movie Cecil B. Demented. And that's about it for the screenshots. This is where we go to the movie download to see what is in the docket. This is a blog court. I get something from Slow News Day. I thought it might be interesting, but it turned out not to be. But I have a few notes from that. I'll put the notes in right now. Oh, they have Ryan Christian on. That's what I wanted to point out. Now, I was under the impression that Convo Couch got banned for a week. They got suspended for a week because they hosted that guy Christian, who is tied to the hip of Whitney Webb and Adam Green. So then I see on Slow News Day, they're putting on that guy. Isn't that against the rules for them to put on the banned guy? Or did Convo Couch lie about being banned for doing that? It's confusing. Then by watching a little bit of that, it turned out that Christian seems to have gotten his YouTube channel back, albeit with restrictions. I don't care, but I'm just saying there's a lot of fishy stuff going on there. I didn't watch much of that. Those people are miserable. Why anyone would watch a non-coward loser such as Steve Poikonen, Allie Chimroll, or whatever her name is, and Glory Jones. Glory Jones is actually the only person from that show that one can know for sure that's her name, because she plays basketball for a college in Los Angeles. She's also from Florida, apparently, same as Combo Coach originally. There might be a connection there. There's nowhere to go with that, though, without the insider information. Disinfo shills are working off of points of departure. My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, writer, State Department, blah blah blah, la-di-da. That was the point of departure. We never got some article on him from whatever. I was able to find that on Jesse Spots. I was able to find that he has some acting experience, that flat earther guy. So yeah, Glory Jones is the only verified person. And then you have to ask, why is a 20-year-old talking like that? Watch their eyes. They're reading off of something. If they wing it, they sound like morons. When they're not winging it, they're reading off of something. Or they're saying the same thing over and over so they don't have to look at what's on the monitor or the teleprompter, whatever they're looking at. Let's go to those notes, because this is about all I have today on the ecosystem, this slow news day thing. Christian basically triggered them. He's a pro. He's the seasoned Disinfo show. He's the best of the best, up there with Lee Camp and Jimmy Dore or whatever. Cenk Uygur was greatness as a Disinfo show for years. He topped the charts. Ryan Christian can throw around words that would trigger anyone else, but not the best of the best. He said something CIA or whatever, however it's phrased, something like that. And that was off of, I think, Poinkin talking about a Shia LaBeouf, or whatever that guy is. So I'll look for that. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't put the timestamp down, but I'll have to find that. There's also a moment in there I want to find. I didn't put down the timestamp. I'm just saying this to censure myself for not being more professional. See, I do everything. I do the speaking, the writing, the improvising, the engineering, I already talked about blah blah blah, la-di-da. So I'm chastising myself in the role of engineer. Like, where's the timestamp, dude? But then I think to myself about all that Krishnamurti stuff, the observers, the observed. There's only one observed. There's only the moment. You're always the same dude or woman or binary. You're always that same person. No, I'm not binary. I'm a total man, but a sensitive, smart, thoughtful, creative, compassionate man. A modern man. The last note I have. Oh, there's a timestamp. Note to myself. Good job. Thanks for once. At 27:45. This was amazing. Ryan Christian talks about those who are aware of the illusion that triggered the F out of those what look like drug addicts. I'm sorry, they act and look and talk. Their whole bangs are like addicts and hustlers. That's it for the notes. I've got that slow news day I already mentioned for a video. And I've got 5 other videos to share. Of course, when I say I'm sharing the videos, I might not actually share anything from them. It's just that part of the show. It's the mechanical part of the show. I'm just giving the information. So we've got Jordan Peterson. I already mentioned that one. He was interviewed by a tool. Jordan Peterson himself is a tool. He ruined his face, his mind, his daughter, his family. Everything about him is stupid and inane. He's the anti-Marshall McLuhan. Why anyone would watch Tim Pool, Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, H.A. Goodman, people on the so-called left too, the Cenk Uygurs, mainstream media, independent media. There's no such thing as independent media. That's the situation. Both mainstream and independent are the same schmuck. It's the same system. It's the same people. It's a fake fight. Winding down the show, we've got Nina Hagen. I found this woman. Why didn't anyone tell me about Nina Hagen? I like her. She's kind of metal. She's German. I like the German accent in music somehow. She's good. I like those tunes. She's better than Metallica. There, I said it. Nina Hagen. I got 2 videos of McLuhan. I'll try to insert him into the show because he was a real thinker. He was significant. He made a contribution. I've also got, for the last video, I got one of Krishnamurti. I love that dude. I'll always love Krishnamurti. I'll always be grateful to him. This video was titled by the Krishnamurti Society or whoever runs the channel. It's obviously the Krishnamurti people. Whoever they are, I think they're located in California and in England. And there might be one in India too. So they're located in 3 places. They titled the video The Mind Free of Accumulation, or that's what I titled it. Maybe that's the same as their title. So Krishnamurti's asking about, can the mind be free of accumulated memories? And that's fascinating. Perhaps McLuhan was finding a way to get rid of the accumulation of memories himself. He spoke of probing. Probing means being in the moment. This is the deal. We have a brain. It has two features. It has both memory, it has thought. Memory and thought are the same. There's the way we use the brain in the moment. So the mind, the brain, has two components depending on whether one is working off of the past or the present. I'm not going to get into the future. That's always ahead of us. The future is probably a shadow. You can never touch a shadow. There's nothing real to the shadow. There might be a little bit of reality to a shadow, the physics of the shadow. The memory does not last. We don't need the memories. The memories are there to help us in the present. Just let them be. Look at the memories as birds chattering. Think of the mind and thoughts as simply nature. If you got negative thoughts, try to think of better things. So that's the show. I got those screenshots. I've got the downloads. I rambled quite a bit. Don't give the brain more credit than it deserves. That's what Krishnamurti was telling us. We can follow thought. You have a thought, it leads to another thought. Thought can become its own thing and think its way to more thoughts. But thoughts are never the thing. Thoughts are abstract. They can never be duplicated. Artists attempt that. They attempt to bring the inner, the implicate order out into the open. Some people have suggested art must be political, it must have meaning, or it's not art. I would agree with that. I'm against shallowness. I'm against corruption. I'm not against life and death because that's just the natural way of things. I'm not afraid to discuss death. I do believe in reincarnation. I'm not sure what the point of that belief is, however. Saying that when we die, the memories don't exactly get placed into the new body if reincarnation is true. Reincarnation is just one of those things that can't be proven. It looks like it's proven a little bit with little kids remembering stuff. Some of those are very compelling for proof. So based on those, and based just on the idea of looking at nature, how it rebirths itself, I do think it's quite possible there is reincarnation. And that there is, if there is, then it is best to never commit suicide, to never harm anyone else, especially through violence. We can't have regrets. We can't go back in time and correct what we did wrong. We can only try to learn from that. Obviously, society is not learning the mistakes of the past. They continue to provide raw power to police, military, and government to go with corporations. The only real solution I see, and it will be an inevitable one, is the seizing of all wealth from people like Bezos, Bill Gates, whoever the rich people are. They will have to give that money back. They should probably go to prison also. I'd have to investigate them to see if any crimes were broken. I'm fairly sure Bezos is a criminal. That would be the plan. So I came up with suggestions for the police problem. Fire them. It creates jobs. Take away their immunity. Treat them like anyone else. If they can't handle that, then they shouldn't be cops. The military needs to change. They need all that money taken away. The surveillance state has to come to an end. It's unfortunate Edward Snowden didn't do better with what he did. He obviously went to the wrong person in Glenn Greenwald, who was an obvious paid fake. Julian Assange continues to rot. Disinfo shills continue to co-opt the Julian Assange story. So just say no to the medium. Say no to all of this internet. Be free. If you're on the internet, use it to study greatness, to probe with the greatness. You'll notice that the greatest of thinkers were not narcissists. They were trying to share wisdom. Of course, a guy like McLuhan had some fun with it. We're going to have personalities. It's okay to be confident. That's not narcissism.